Well, hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm Renee and we are doing more Christmas cookies today. We're going to be doing Christmas cookies every few days up until about a week before Christmas, and then I will bring you back and we will bake all the cookies off. All the cookies I'm doing, well, pretty much most any of your cookies can be pre-frozen. There's an exception, of a few. But most of them, all of them that I do, can be froze before they bake. In fact, it's better to freeze them before you bake them, because after you bake them, it can result in your cookie getting a little dried out and crumbly. And you certainly don't want that. So this way, to put them together first and then bake them, makes it so much easier for baking day. So anyway, with that being said, today we're going to do two cookies. We're going to do a thumbprint cookie, which is one of my family's favorites, and we're also going to do sugar cookies for cutout sugar cookies. And both of these cookies are a definite no spread cookie. So the sugar cookie that I'm going to show you, it doesn't spread. And I know many of you probably have made sugar cookies, and I've done it myself before. It took me a while to figure it out. They spread all out and they get misshapen. So with this recipe today, I guarantee you your cookies will not spread. So let's get busy. Okay, friends. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to add 1 cup of butter, room temperature. You want it nice and soft. Okay, now we're going to beat this up a little bit because mine's in one big brick, but it's soft. Okay, now we're going to add to that 1 cup of sugar. Sugar a little bit. I'm going to use a 1/2 cup. I'm using a 1/2 cup. So those of you who ask me whether I use a whole cup or a 1/2 cup, I got to break my sugar up. It's got some clumps in it. I don't want any clumps in there. Okay. So there's 1/2 and 1 whole cup. All right. All right, we're going to let this whip. We want it nice and creamy and fluffy. Okay, this is whipped. I'm going to scrape it off the sides a little bit. Okay, now see how light and fluffy that is. The sugar's not dissolved in it, of course not, but it is light and fluffy. That's what you want. Okay, so now we're going to set that right up there. We're going to mix in 1 egg at a time. Just until it's incorporated. There goes a second egg. And we're going to add to that 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And I'll put these in the description box. We're going to turn this up a little bit. Okay, so now I'll put this over here. We're going to leave that. We're going to scrape the sides down again just a little bit. I'll get over here. Okay. Make sure you get it off the bottom too, because you want that all to mix in real nice. Okay? That's going to be beautiful. All right. So with that, we need to sift. I don't always sift my flour, but this, you want to do this. You want to follow these instructions and directions to the T so that you wind up with a beautiful product. So we're going to do 4 cups of flour. This does make a lot of cookies. Okay, there's the 4 cups of flour. We're also going to do, and this is the secret to the cookies that, you know, don't spread, cornstarch. You're going to put a 1/2 cup of cornstarch in there as well. Okay? Now we're going to do a teaspoon of salt. One-half of a teaspoon of salt. We're just going to put it right in there. Okay? Good deal. Now we're just going to sift this through so it's all good and incorporated. There's air in that flour. Beautiful. Perfect. Okay. Now, you can add this flour all at once. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to save that bowl because I'm going to need that for the sugar cookies. Alright, start mixing this very, very slow. That's all it takes. Once this is incorporated beautifully, then we're good to go. So I'm going to let that mix, get my stuff set aside so I can show you our next step. Okay, our cookies are mixed up. And if you see this, I'm going to pull a piece out of here. It's just a beautiful consistency. It's almost like Play-Doh. Okay? And it was 1 tablespoon of vanilla, not 1 teaspoon. So I had to add 2 more teaspoons of vanilla. So anyway, this stuff is gorgeous. And we're just going to take and scoop some out, and we're just going to roll it. Okay? Then you just place your thumb in there. You know what? I'll bring you right up here. And just make a nice print in there. Nice little divot. Okay, and I'll get another one here. And you just roll it into as nice of a ball as you can get it. Put in there and press your thumb in there. And that's what we keep doing until we have them all in there, on there. And these can be put in the freezer just like this. And that way you can take them right out of the freezer. You can take them right out of the freezer and fill them before you bake them. And you can fill them frozen. So I'll get these all done and then I'll bring you back and show you. Okay, friends, there's all your beautiful thumbprint cookies, and they go in the freezer just like this for at least 3 hours. You can freeze them solid overnight, but cover them up with another piece of parchment paper, but for bare minimum 3 hours, and then you can package them in a bag. And when you bake them, I will show you because we will be baking all these together. But you can bake them from frozen. You're going to love doing things this way. It makes easy baking. So I'm going to get these in the freezer and then we'll move on to the next cookie recipe. Okay friends, this is nearly the same identical recipe that we just made. Just a few things different. Okay? So first off, we are going to use 1 cup of butter, and it's really soft. It's got to be real soft butter. Room temperature. Oh, I don't want that in there. Okay. Come off there. There we go. And we're going to start mixing this. And then we're going to add 1 cup of sugar. And I'm breaking this up, so I'm using a 1/2 cup scoop. And just like the last one, we're going to cream these together really good. So I'll turn it up in a minute. And we'll let it mix real good. All right. This is mixed up. We're going to scrape down the sides. It's getting there. I want it nice and fluffy. It's getting close. I'll show you. I want it good and fluffy. See? I want a little bit lighter than that and fluffier. So I'm going to let it go some more and whip it good. Okay. Alright, I think this is whipped up pretty good. Yes, it is. I'll show you. See how fluffy? Light. It's so light in color. That's what you want. And we'll just finish scraping it off the sides here. Get it down in the middle. Okay. Now we're going to add 2 eggs, but we're going to do 1 at a time while it's mixing. We don't want you going nowhere. You just stay right there. Okay. I'm going to move this towards me. Okay. Here we go. Mix it slow. Add an egg. Wow. Did you see that? The shell and all went in there. All right. We're good. Okay, I'll lift it up and put the other one in there. These are farm fresh eggs, but they're not mine. I got them from my Amish friend. My chickens aren't laying right now, so. All right, we're going to mix that up. And then we're going to add to that 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Or you can use almond extract or lemon extract. Anything you want, really. But I chose vanilla. Alright, we're going to mix that real good. We need to scrape that. We need to scrape that off the side so that it gets incorporated in there. That's alright, just scrape it down. Okay. Let that mix real good. Okay, friends, I'm going to do this the easy way. I'm going to put my sifter right on my bowl. This is going to need 4 cups of flour, just like the last recipe. Right in there. And the cornstarch that we're going to put in here, it's like the magic ingredient, I'm telling you. It will. This one calls for the 3rd cup, though. It just makes your cookie dough so tender and easy to work with, especially these cut-up cookies. Wonderful stuff. Don't forget it. 1/3 cup in this one. And I'll add the recipe. Now we're going to do a teaspoon of salt. All right. And we're going to just sift that together, and we're sifting it right in our bowl. There we go. Perfect. Put that on here. Now you're going to start this mixing real slow, like on 1. While that's mixing, I'll put my goodies away. Clean up my mess. That's for another batch. Alright, now we can turn this up a little bit. And let me tell you right now, if you go through this batter, because sometimes it happens to me, if you mix this cookie mix and it seems a little too dry, just add milk to it, like 1 teaspoon at a time, until it gets to the consistency you need it to be. But this is looking good. That is mixed up. You see this dough? See how it doesn't stick to you. It's like Play-Doh. Beautiful. That's what you want. That's the cornstarch in it. All right. I'm going to freeze this in like a disc. You could roll it out. You could cut it out. Do the cutouts and freeze the cutouts if you want. But I'm just going to do mine like this because my grandbabies will want to, hang on a minute. They'll want to cut these out with me. So I don't want to rob them of that fun. So we're just going to do this. And these freeze beautiful. And they freeze nicely if you cut them out too. Just don't bake them first, because they'll get crumbly. Alright, we're going to flatten this out the best we can. But we want this in a nice big disc. And no, I'm not going to put it in 2, just 1. Doesn't matter, because as soon as it thaws, I'm going to roll it out real good anyway. Alright, so we got that. I'm going to put this one on this side. You want it all completely covered. Even if you got to wrap it 2 or 3 times is fine. But you want it all covered. All wrapped. I'm going to wrap it one more time. There we go. Perfect. Okay, that's going to lay right in my freezer, right on that tray, just like that. It's going to freeze, and then of course, you want to thaw it out or let it thaw in your refrigerator overnight. Me, I got my sun porch. I tell you all the time, it's like a walk-in cooler. So I can just take them out of the freezer, set them on top of the freezer, and they'll thaw out, you know, like overnight. So that's what I'll do with it. But this makes a beautiful cutout cookie. It keeps its shape, it doesn't spread, and it's gorgeous. You literally could bake these. You could roll these out right now, just the way it is, and do your cutouts and put them right in the oven. You don't have to chill. This is really a no-chill dough. But if you do chill it for a little bit or work with it when it's cool, it just works. It makes it easier. It's even easier, I should say. But it's a wonderful dough. I hope you give that recipe a try. But anyway, friends, that's it for today. Just a couple of cookie recipes, nothing elaborate. I hope you give them a try. The thumbprint cookies, like I said, I will include you in my baking day. I will do a video when I bake all this stuff, so don't worry. Just stick with me. I promise you, you'll love the way I do this, and you'll probably do it every year yourself. But the thumbprint cookies, you don't want to fill them before you freeze them. I don't have good luck with that. So I just I make mine into the thumbprint so that I can just quickly fill them right before I bake them. And they turn out beautiful. Now, these cookies will freeze. Oh, I got a big fat orange kitty cat outside my door. It's my neighbor's cat. He's a huge cat. I think he's part Mancoon. Beautiful kitty. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I hate getting old. It's gone. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go, and tomorrow we're going to do a couple more cookies. Tomorrow I'm going to do, what is it? I think tomorrow on my list is the 7-layer bars, which will get baked, and then I freeze them because they'll last nicely in the freezer for up to 3 months, and they won't get dry like these cookies will. And, you know, the other ones, your chocolate chip will be okay if you bake them and freeze them too. But the tender cookies, like the sugar cookies and the thumbprint cookies, those, and the peanut butter cookies, those are all better if you freeze them unbaked. But they'll last about 3 months. So we're going to do the 7-layer bars tomorrow, and I don't know what else is on my list. I got something else on my list. Oh, oatmeal, like a hot mess cookie. Oatmeal. I'm going to show you like one dough that you can make, and you can make several different, you know, variations of it. So that'll be interesting tomorrow too. So anyway, I'm going to go get my mess cleaned up. You all have a good night, and thank you for taking the time to hang out with me. I enjoy having you in my kitchen. I hope you give these recipes a try. I'll see you in tomorrow's video, and thanks for watching.